Regular meeting of the Coralville City Council to order on this November 23rd, 2021. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Foster. Gross.
Here.
Wynn.
Present.
Dodds.
Present.
Goodrich.
Here.
Okay, council members, exception of Megan Foster, are present, as is the mayor, the city clerk, the city administrator, city attorney, and several staff in the audience. I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
Moved by Goodrich, seconded by
Second.
Quinn. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. It sounded like a weak approval, but I'll count it.
That was a bad one. Huh?
Losing steam here.
Now, item 4 is citizen comments. This is a time on the agenda for anybody in the audience like to speak just tonight about an agenda that's not already on an item not on our agenda. Seeing none, we'll move on. Item 5 is the Iowa River Landing Retail Lease and Amendment. This is with MVCD Enterprises, which is better known as doing business as Funky Zebras, wants to extend their 3-year lease arrangement with an option for an additional 3 years at their space that they have in the Iowa River Landing, which is Suite D 111. Item A is a public hearing on alternative proposals in the leasing of this space. I'll open the public hearing. Are there any comments on this proposed lease?
No alternate lease
Okay.
proposals received, no written comment.
Okay. Close the public hearing and the resolution, please.
Resolution approving that certain lease agreement and amendments to the existing license agreement with MVCD Enterprises LLC, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Goodrich. Any discussion? Roll call.
Wynn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye. Resolution passes all ayes with Foster absent. Moving on to item 6. This is a resolution that vacates excess right-of-way near the community gardens to correspond with changes in the street layout to preserve our well-liked community gardens down there. Item A is a public hearing on this proposal to vacate some right-of-way. I open the public hearing. Any comments? Any written?
No written.
Close the public hearing and the resolution, please.
Resolution approving the vacation of a portion of excess right-of-way in the replat of Summit Hills, Coralville, Iowa, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Wynn, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Dodds. Any discussion? Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes with Foster absent. Item 7, this is an amendment to urban renewal areas, and there'll be, well, this is the first one that's like this, I guess. This amendment will add Oakdale Boulevard right-of-way to the First Avenue and south to East 9th Street to include the hotel and arena properties, plus two other projects to the Coralville Urban Renewal Plan. P&Z Commission and Consultation Report. Is that you, Dave?
It is.
Dave Johnson, our building official, or Director of Community Development, sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. This amendment will add the Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel Conference Center and Great State Family Field House in the Iowa River Landing to the Coralville Urban Renewal Area. The amendment will also add the area generally south of First Street between First Avenue and Clear Creek to the Mall and Highway 6 Urban Renewal Area. The 2014 City of Coralville Community Plan has a stated goal to support an environment where residences and businesses thrive, with ample commercial business options and job opportunities. And the role of the Planning and Zoning Commission in this was to review this and determine whether or not the proposed amendments are consistent with the community plan. And by a vote of 5-0, the commission found the proposed addition of properties to the Coralville Urban Renewal Area and the Mall and Highway 6 Urban Renewal Area are consistent with the 2014 community plan.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Now is the time for a public hearing on this amendment. I'll open the public hearing. Any comments?
I will say the consultation, we did give notice to the Johnson County Board of Supervisors and the Clear Creek Managed School District and the Iowa City Community School District about a consultation about the two amendments we're talking about here in this item. And we did not have any attendance at the consultation. I did receive a email from the board office, the Johnson County Board of Supervisors office, and they said they had no questions and they, or no comments or questions, and said they would not be attending tonight.
Thank you, Kevin. Anything else? Any written comments?
No written.
Okay, I'll close that public hearing. And item C is a resolution, please.
Resolution approving an amendment number 10 to the amended and restated Coralville Urban Renewal Plan, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodds, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Gross. Any discussion? Roll call.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Resolution passes with Foster absent. I knew there was two. There was
Yeah.
one at the.
We both, Dave and I did the report for both of them though, so.
Okay. So now we're on to item D, which is the same process for an amendment that will add property from First Street South to the city limits, plus 2 projects to the Mall and Highway 6 Urban Renewal Plan. Report, please.
I would just note that the Planning and Zoning Commission reviewed this at their last meeting, and by a vote of 5-0, they found that the proposed amendment is consistent with the 2014 Community Plan.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Next up is a public hearing on this amendment. Open the public hearing. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say probably no comment, written comments.
No written.
I'll close the public hearing. The resolution, please.
Resolution approving an amendment number 13 to the amended and restated Mall and Highway 6 Urban Renewal Plan, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Goodrich, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Nguyen. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gross.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes with Foster absent. Item 8 is urban renewal areas. This is an first consideration of an ordinance that sets the base value of property in the Mall and Highway 6 urban renewal area located in the Jacobs Clear Creek subdivision. Don?
Ordinance number 2021-1013, an ordinance amending ordinance numbers 650, 679, 97-786, 2001-941, 2002-95, 2013-1007, 2015-1018, 2016-1020, 2017-1016, and 2021-1015, providing that general property taxes levied and collected each year on all property located within the Mall and Highway 6 Urban Renewal Project area in the city of Coralville, County of Johnson, State of Iowa, by and for the benefit of the State of Iowa, City of Coralville, Johnson County, Iowa, Iowa Community School District, and other taxing districts be paid to a special fund for payment of principal and interest on loans, monies advanced, and to an indebtedness, including bonds issued or to be issued, incurred by said city in connection with said urban renewal development project, introduced for adoption, first consideration by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Goodrich. Would someone like to explain in common English what
Yeah.
what Don just read?
Yes, so this amendment, as you know, every year we, when you set the base value, you have 20 years to collect the increment. So this whole ordinance adds 1 property. It's the Best Western Hotel that's behind the Popeyes and over there in that area. So that started we're setting the base value at January 1st of 2020, so before any of the building was built on there. So this sets that, and then we'll be able to collect the increment on that for 20 years after the date of when they start paying their full taxes.
Okay, so it just affects that 1 parcel.
1 parcel for all this.
Are there any other questions?
I think that also the thing to remind folks, just because some people get confused about that, the Best Western does pay 100% of the property tax, so it doesn't impact that business itself.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Quinn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Ordinance passes its first consideration, all ayes, with Foster absent. Item 9 is a Redhawk Subdivision Part 3. This is for some plats. Well, I'll let Dave explain it because there's a little history here, and we're just something's being revised, I
Sure.
believe, so.
At least one of these plats should look familiar. A preliminary and final plat was recently approved by City Council. However, at the request of the developer, They were not recorded due to changes. The new plats are enclosed. Of note, the changes are, we're now platting out lots A and C, whereas the previous document only platted out lot A. City staff has reviewed the proposed preliminary and final plats and do find that they conform with the requirements for preparation and filing in city code. And the Planning and Zoning Commission reviewed this at their November 3rd, 2021 meeting, and by a vote to 5-0, the commission recommended approval of the preliminary and final plats for Redhawk Subdivision Part 3.
Could you, for our audience that may not know where Redhawk Subdivision is, could you please explain it?
Sure. Redhawk Subdivision is located, the two lots that we're looking at here are in this vicinity, but it's generally located at the southwest corner of Wheaton Road and Coral Ridge Avenue. This area here. And the two lots under consideration or being platted tonight are 3240 Redhawk Street and 3220 Redhawk Street.
Okay. Very good. Okay. So I would, item C then is a resolution, please, Don, on the preliminary plat.
Resolution approving the preliminary plat for Redhawk Subdivision Part 3, Coralville, Iowa, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Wynn, seconded by.
Second?
Second by Gross. Any discussion?
Yeah, I just have a quick question for Dave. The lot C, is it triple the size of lot A or twice?
Approximately, correct.
About triple the size? And is it common for developer to go back in and ask to add on a lot in the, to be considered under the same approval?
It's not common, but it's not unheard of. I think the size of this lot is such that it's going to accommodate a larger scale development, commercial development. But no, it's not that unusual.
And the lot A is the final approval, and the lot C is the first preliminary. Can you explain that for me? When I read it, that's how I understood it. But so once we approve tonight, that is the final for both lots.
Correct. That will be the final.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay, roll call, please.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye. Thank you, Dave.
Oh, thanks.
Resolution passes all ayes with Foster absent. And now D is the final plat for this project.
Resolution approving the final plat for Redhawk Subdivision Part 3, Coralville, Iowa, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodds, seconded by.
Second.
I'll give it to Goodrich. It was close. Any discussion? Roll call.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes with Foster absent. Item 10 is Ridgeview, and this is action on a plat for a little over almost 48 acres west of Coral Ridge Crossing, 8th edition, and extends to Jones Boulevard to the west and south and extends to Spring Rose Circle. And Dave will tell us more about this.
Sure. The key note with this request is that this is going to plat the connection of Jones Boulevard and Spring Rose Circle, which is a very important connection piece in the West Land Use area, and will help facilitate continued development along Spring Rose Circle, as well as Jones Boulevard. City staff has reviewed the final plat and finds that it conforms with requirements for preparation and filing in city code. And the Planning and Zoning Commission reviewed this request at their November 3rd, 2021 meeting. And by a vote of 5-0, the commission recommended approval of the final plat for Ridgeview subdivision.
Thank you, Dave. Resolution, please.
Resolution approving the final plat for Ridgeview, Coralville, Iowa, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Goodrich, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Dodds. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gross.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Resolution is approved all ayes with Foster absent. Item 11, Johnson County Subdivision. This is for a plat out in the county, but it's within our 2 miles of our corporate limits. So we have the option to speak and express our opinions on this particular action. And I'll let Dave explain it further.
That's correct. Prior to 2019, the city of Coralville had a 2080 agreement, intergovernmental agreement with Johnson County. Any subdivisions were handled under that agreement. That agreement expired in 2019, so per state code, we are afforded an opportunity to comment on any subdivisions within 2 miles of our corporate boundaries. In this case, the family that is looking to subdivide this approximate 4.5 acre parcel is looking to get 3 lots out of this, 1 additional buildable lot, and then another lot for infrastructure to accommodate a shared septic system. So the reason why cities have an opportunity to review these things is primarily to make sure that cities have an opportunity to see whether or not these subdivisions that are happening in the county will have any impact on a city's long-term transportation or land use goals. So city staff reviewed the proposed plats and the proposed subdivision, and we did not find that this has any negative impacts on Coralville's community or regional land use or transportation plans. And the Planning and Zoning Commission concurred. They reviewed this request on November 3rd, and by a vote of 5-0, are recommending the City Council approve the preliminary and final plat for Intensity Drive subdivision.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
The resolution, please.
Resolution approving the preliminary and final plats for Intensity Drive, Johnson County, Iowa, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Nguyen. Any comments? Roll call.
Quinn?
Aye.
Dodds?
Aye.
Goodrich?
Aye.
Gross?
Aye.
Resolution is approved, all ayes with Foster absent. Item 12 is a street name change. This name change is necessitated by the new Auburn Ridge subdivision for consistency of street names. And it's the street formerly known or currently known as Meade Avenue will be changed to Auburn Ridge Road with approval of this resolution. Don?
Resolution changing the name of the street known as Meade Avenue to Auburn Ridge Road, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Wynn, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Goodrich. Any discussion?
Yeah, I had some questions. I guess 3. First of all, is the county's requesting this from the
So-
auditor's office?
So what
or-
happened was if you remember, if you go to the end of Auburn East, that long drive there,
Yep.
there's a Meade Avenue is just a small street that was going to head up to, so that we wouldn't cut off the subdivision for this very reason. And so when we did Auburn Ridge, they named that road Auburn Ridge. So what we have is a Meade Avenue, which doesn't have any houses addressed off of it, and then Auburn Ridge Road. So the county said, you can't have 2 different names. So
Okay.
they had requested that. That's why this item's in there.
Okay.
It's not like they demanded it. They just requested that
Okay.
we should probably.
But that's different than Meade Drive.
Yes, that's different. This is Meade
Okay.
Avenue. Yes.
Okay. And there's no dwellings there right now?
No, the
Okay.
dwellings are off of the
Okay.
Auburn East Lane,
Okay.
so there is no dwellings off of this
Okay.
so there's no address changes.
Okay, thanks, Kevin.
Good catch, Mitch. Anything else? Roll call.
Quinn?
Aye.
Dodds?
Aye.
Goodrich?
Aye.
Gross?
Aye.
Resolution passes with all ayes with Foster absent. Item 13, easement agreements. These are for temporary easements for construction we'd like to do in the Biscuit Creek Stream Bank Restoration Project.
Resolution authorizing the acquisition of certain real property interests for the Biscuit Creek Stream Bank Restoration Project, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodds, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Nguyen. Any discussion? Roll call.
Goodrich?
Aye.
Gross?
Aye.
Quinn?
Aye.
Dodds?
Aye.
Resolution is approved, all ayes with Foster absent. Item 14 is engineering services agreement. There's 3 of these. The first one is a resolution with an agreement with Venestra and Kim for the water plant filter media replacement project.
Resolution approving an engineering services agreement with Veenstra and Kim Inc. for water plant filter media replacement, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Goodrich, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Dodds. Any discussion? As I wind down 18 years, one thing that's never changed is I'm just astonished by some of these costs.
I know.
So, and this is one, for what sounds simple, obviously it's not, because I'm sure the staff wouldn't allow them to steal us, but,
I do have a question, Mayor, if that's okay.
okay, go ahead.
Is this funding will be paid, is it come out of the water
Yes.
department then?
Yes.
Not the general fund?
Right.
And they know, so they have funding reserved for
Yes.
that? Isn't this the well that we talked about way
No,
back?
this is for the filters in the plant itself.
Or in the whole
For the
plant
pumps and
itself?
things,
Okay,
yeah.
so this is the first time we've seen it?
Yep.
Thank you.
Roll call?
Gross.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Resolution approved, all ayes, with Foster absent. Item B is a proposed agreement with Venetia and Kim for well number 15 improvements.
Resolution approving an engineering services agreement with Veenstra and Kim Inc. for well number 15 improvements, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Nguyen. Discussion? Roll call.
Quinn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Resolution is approved, all ayes, with Foster absent. And lastly, a resolution with Shive Hattery for Fifth Street improvements from 12th Avenue to 20th Avenue. Includes new street pavement, wide sidewalks, stormwater management, decorative lighting, and landscaping. It'll be beautiful. Don?
Resolution approving an engineering services agreement with Shive Hattery Inc. for Fifth Street improvements, 12th Avenue to 20th Avenue, introduced for adoption. Councilmember Nguyen, seconded by.
Second.
Close again, but we'll give it to Gross. Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Resolution approved, all ayes. Also related to the same project, item 15 is a resolution approving a visioning and concept proposal with Confluence for the Fifth Street improvements. And Sherry Proud, our Director of Parks and Recreation, is going to tell us a little more.
Thank you, Mayor. We invited 3 firms to submit proposals for our Fifth Street Civic Spaces conceptual design. And this design will work in tandem with Shive Hattery from the library all the way to the west side of St. Morrison Park. And what we're really looking here is for a very creative, interactive experience across our civic buildings and across the south side of St. Morrison Park. We received 3 proposals. They ranged in costs from $24,200 to $48,800. And we would like to recommend that we hire Confluence at $24,200. And this will be paid for out of our 12th Avenue Town Center Urban Renewal District.
Okay. Thank you, Sherry.
Welcome.
Let's have the resolution, and I'll ask for any questions.
Resolution approving a visioning plus concept proposal with Confluence for Fifth Street, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodds, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Goodrich. Now, are there any questions or comments?
I have a comment. As the liaison for Parks and Rec, I'm guessing that this was due to Sherry Proud's excellent RFP proposal that she put out, but this really captured what the commission, when we went on a walking tour and made notes, I thought it captured extremely well what everyone hoped to see and things that they thought could be improved. So, thanks, Sherry, that was a great job.
These are the kind of the exciting projects that I will certainly miss when I'm not a part of this team up here. The community loves these, and they're just great. That's what makes Coralville so great. Roll call, please.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Resolution approved, all ayes, with Foster absent. Item 16 is Community Development Block Grant Program. And there's actually 3 items as part of this. The first one is a resolution adopting the CDBG policies and procedures for this project. And this all has to do with our project collaboration with the Coralville Community Food Pantry to provide them some commercial kitchen equipment.
Resolution adopting the State of Iowa Community Development Grant, coronavirus CDBG-CV, duplication of benefits, DOB policies and procedures for the city of Coralville, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Goodrich, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Gross. Discussion?
Yes, this just adopts the rules that the state of Iowa has adopted as part of this program, and so it'll make us eligible for this grant.
Okay, sounds good. Roll call, please.
Gross.
Aye.
Quinn?
Abstain with
Dodds?
conflict of interest.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Aye.
Goodrich?
Aye.
Okay, resolution passes with 3 ayes, 1 abstention, and Foster absent. Item B is a subrecipient agreement, that's hard to say, for this same project.
Resolution approving a subrecipient agreement for federally funded project with the Coralville Community Food Pantry for the Community Development Block Grant Coronavirus CDBG-CV funds for commercial kitchen equipment, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Goodrich. Any questions?
Yeah, unfortunately, these agreements are designed for much bigger projects, but I did work with John Buller from the Coralville Community Food Pantry, and he reviewed it and signed it, so we shouldn't really have any issues at all, but the state does require us to come up with a 7-page agreement for a purchase of a few pieces of equipment.
Okay.
Lawyers need something to do.
Yeah, they do. Roll call, please.
Quinn?
Abstain.
Dodds?
Aye.
Goodrich?
Aye.
Gross?
Aye.
Resolution is approved, 3 ayes, 1 abstention, and Foster absent. And lastly, item C for this project is an agreement with East Central Iowa Council of Governments to administer this grant.
Resolution approving a service agreement with the East Central Iowa Council of Governments for the Community Development Block Grant Coronavirus Program for the Coralville Community Food Pantry Commercial Kitchen Equipment, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Nguyen, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Gross. Discussion?
Yeah, this is subject to us getting the grant, so
Okay.
they did make that a part of the agreement, so.
Is there a percentage or something, or how is that amount determined?
That's just what they came up with, and we actually asked the state if we could do it ourselves, and they said no, so.
Jeez. We need a consultant to
Ki-
hire. to buy the
Kindness
kitchen
counts, I just
equipment.
wanted to put that out there, that it is for the food pantry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, jeez. Roll call, please.
Dodds?
Aye.
Goodrich?
Aye.
Gross? Quinn?
Abstain.
Okay, resolution passes 3 ayes, 1 abstention, and Foster absent. Now, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented or amended.
Mayor, I would ask the council to consider a motion to approve the consent calendar A through T, excluding item H, which I would like to make a motion to amend.
Okay, moved by Dodds, seconded by
Second.
Huynh. Let's see, I guess we do the roll call
We have
first.
your, Goodrich?
Aye.
Gross?
Aye.
Quinn?
Aye.
Dodds?
Aye.
Okay.
And then, Mayor, if I would like to amend item H for a typographical error of the amount of money from $4,385.50 to $4,562.50.
Okay. Okay, and that's moved by Dodds with that correction, seconded by
Second.
Goodrich. Roll call?
Quinn?
Aye.
Dodds?
Aye.
Goodrich?
Aye.
Gross?
Aye.
Okay, that is approved, all ayes with Foster absent. City Administrator report.
I have nothing at this time, Mayor.
Okay. Mayor's report. Well, I hope we all have considerable things to be thankful for, and this is the week, and Thursday's the day that we all are thankful, should be thankful all the time, but it's highlighted with this holiday. But again, I feel like I'm relating a lot of things as I go off this roll, but it wouldn't be a holiday without me talking about garbage collection. And that is, if you get your garbage collected on Thursday, normally, don't put it out on Turkey Day. Don't put it out on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Put it out on Monday. Your garbage will get picked up on Monday, the Thursday collection. So that means the rest of us, next week, not this week, next week, are a day late. So we are Tuesday people, we get collected on Wednesday, Monday gets collected on Tuesday, and so forth, so it's
So
just.
Thursday people go Monday, Friday.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. So,
We get 2 days.
Yay.
so there we go, that's, for,
Time to clean.
yeah. The other thing is, I just thought I'd kind of show off a really nice award that, we received, the city received.
Ooh, that is pretty.
And this is real glass, it's not plastic. This is, let me, maybe the, yeah, it's from the Gazette Business Awards Program, commercial real estate, and it's for the Extreme Arena and Green State Family Fieldhouse projects. So we'll add that to our trophy collection.
Very nice.
Yep. So I think that's all I have tonight. City Attorney's report?
Just want to echo your wish and everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Kevin?
I have nothing further.
Okay, thank you, guys. Committee and council members report. Well, Mitch, you're down there by yourself, so we'll let you go first.
Thank you, Mayor. Because of the holiday, the library will be closed Thursday and Friday, but I just want to say, on the similar theme, I feel extremely thankful to not just represent a city, but live in a city with such an amazing staff. And then when I look out into the audience, I see our finance department, our parks and rec department, our transit department, our engineering department, our police department all represented. And we wouldn't be able to do this job without the great, amazing staff we have. So I feel very thankful to have such a top-notch people behind the city, the scenes that you never see. And I say this every year, but I definitely mean it this year. It's a good feeling to have. That's all I've got, Mayor.
Thank you, Mitch. Well, let's just go right down the row here. Councilmember Nguyen.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to remind everybody that tomorrow we have an opportunity to get a flu vaccine if you haven't had a chance to do so. The food pantry is hosting the flu vaccine clinic from 5 to 7. No question asked, no appointment needed. You don't need to show any sort of identification or anything. Just show up, ask for a flu shot, and we'll give one to you. There is also a community meal coming up. If I don't say it now, we will not get a chance to say it until, after it's happened. So it will happen on December 10th, which is 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. It will take place at the rec center. We have decided to host in person, so we encourage everybody to come eat with us. It is going to be from 5 to 7. The menu is posted online, so check it out. It is going to be nice to ease in back into sharing a meal together. Sit and eat with your neighbor. And hopefully the weather will cooperate. Because last time we hosted there, we have, I think, a ton of snow. I don't know, maybe a foot of snow or so. So hopefully we have better weather this time around. And of course, 2 days from now is Thanksgiving. When I first immigrated here to this country, I know nothing about Thanksgiving. I came in the middle of December, so Thanksgiving has already passed. But the spirit of the holiday is still around. And myself and my family was immersed into that giving, thankful, holiday spirit. And I just feel this joy. And as I live here and spend my life here in this great country, I also learn that, there's a lot of history that come with the celebration that we have. And part of that history is as I learn to celebrate Thanksgiving, not only through school, but also through work, through neighbor, community, all of that, I learned that there is, Thanksgiving is a time to be thankful for all of the things that I have. I'm thankful to have a great family, to live in this great community, to be sitting amongst my great colleague right here in this beautiful, it's just a place that I call home. But I also learned that the history of Thanksgiving is painful. I want to take a moment today to acknowledge that the land that we call Coralville is the home of indigenous people. There's 4 tribes, Meswaki, Ojeti, Shakowin, I might have said that incorrect, Iowa, and Kickapoo. So as we gather with family and friends to celebrate this holiday, I want to remind everybody to take a moment just to mourn with our indigenous community, you know, for the genocide that we have unknowingly committed, for the land theft, and for the continued cultural erasure of Native people. We need to recognize our history in order to move forward to be better. And may we, you know, as we celebrate with family, may we also honor their resilience and make the commitment to do better by supporting, you know, organizations like the Great Plains Action Society. So I ask you all to join me in honoring that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Councilmember Dodds.
You really expect me to follow that? There's no way I can follow that. I will just tell all of you as my colleagues how much I am thankful for you and our team effort that we have together and our wonderful staff, and wish everyone in our wonderful community a happy Thanksgiving.
There you go. Well said. Councilmember Goodrich.
I agree. I am thankful for each one of you and for our community, and want to remind people about Isle of Lights, which is December 12th. You can start getting ready for that, sand and sacks and candles. And also met with the Metropolitan Planning Organization, and they're in the works is looking at the Crandick Railroad again, even more seriously, about putting that into operation right here in our local community. And also a report was given on the census with demographics and so on for the Iowa City area, and that is on their website. You might want to look at the Metropolitan Planning Organization website. It's very interesting to see the breakdown of everything. And I would like to congratulate and send best wishes to Officer Alexander, who has recently retired. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Well, with that, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will motion to adjourn.
Okay, moved by Dodds, seconded by
And I will second that.
Nguyen. All in favor, say aye.
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 Do you think that